The pantry is indeed essential for a kitchen. However, some kitchens are so small that they don't have enough space for a dedicated pantry. Do you also have this problem? Don't worry. We've listed these 10 ideas for organizing the kitchen with no pantry. This way, you can optimize your cooking space without breaking a sweat, or hopefully your bank. As always, Simp Home presents you with the list. Number 10. Shelves on Shelves idea. You might think your kitchen has run out of space and you can't store more canned foods and cereals anymore. Nothing could be further from the truth. Some cabinets are too large for canned foods and other small items, thus you can still find plenty of space left because you don't use them efficiently. Try investing in wire racks or under-cabinet baskets that allow you to use the available space in your cabinets more efficiently. They allow you to store more items on the same shelf and make you think that you have a wonderful life, although you do not have a pantry. Number 9. Install a wall shelving. When you don't have much floor space, you need to be creative with every inch of your kitchen. Look around and see whether you still have an empty wall. If you do, you can tap into it by installing some shelves. Installing shelves is the most convenient way to incorporate more storage solutions. They're easy to install and make your kitchen look stylish. You only need to get wooden boards, screw them to the wall, and that's it. You can also install L brackets to make them sturdier. Number 8. Bookshelves in the kitchen. Bookshelves in the kitchen? Are you sure about that? Absolutely. The living room is not the only home for bookshelves. The kitchen can also be a safe haven for them. Try shoving the bookshelves on one wall in your kitchen to create a replacement for a pantry. You can also explore your creativity in displaying foods and spices to make the kitchen look more attractive. Number 7. Tap into awkward spots with rolling racks. Do not underestimate the awkward space between the fridge and the wall. It may look tiny, but you can still use it to store many things. A rolling rack will be your savior when tapping into this cranny because it fits snugly and has small wheels that enable you to access it easily. You can get this rack in stores easily. If you're good at woodworking, consider making it yourself with wooden pallets, dowels, and casters. Number 6. Install a Cabidor. A Cabidor is a brilliant way to organize stuff in your kitchen when you don't have a pantry. It consists of shelves attached to the door's hinges so they will not fall off. Another good thing about a Cabidor is that you can adjust the shelves, making it a highly versatile product that you can use in the kitchen and other rooms. Unlike the traditional over-the-door racks that may bump into the trim and damage it, a Cabidor features a magnetic assembly on top that keeps the shelf securely affixed to the door. Still, about the door, we presented to you some of the nicest DIY projects on how to repurpose an old door. On the one hand, you have more chances to take advantage of your precious kitchen space, and on the other hand, you save those innocent insect energies by recycling the wooden product you no longer can use or utilize. Number 5. Optimize your corner cabinet. Taming the corner of the cabinet can be challenging. You have organized and decluttered it countless times, but the clutter remains. Another annoying thing is knowing you've wasted a lot of potential space there. To tackle this problem, you can try installing a Lazy Susan inside the corner of your cabinet. Making a Lazy Susan is not that hard. You only need to get round, standard wood pieces that fit snugly in the corner of your cabinet. Then, you'll also need Lazy Susan turntable hardware that allows the board to rotate. First, attach the Lazy Susan hardware to the round wood pieces. Then you can paint or stain them if necessary. Finally, install them in your cabinet. Number 4. Reuse clear bottles. Do you like having a cup of coffee with creamer in the morning? That's awesome, but don't throw the empty bottles away in the trash can because it will add more waste to our earth. Besides, you can reuse them and give them a second life. When the clear plastic bottles are empty, wash and dry them thoroughly. This way, you can use them to store chopped nuts, baking chips, and seeds. It's a good and cheap way to organize your kitchen while saving the earth. Number 3. Do not leave every inch of your wall space untapped. Remember that you always have your walls when you barely have floor space. Thus, do your best to optimize every nook and cranny on the walls. In addition to installing wall-mounted shelves, you can hang a pegboard and add as many shelves and racks as you need. You can also try installing magnetic strips to house your knives. This way, you can grab them quickly when you need them. Besides, it's safer than storing them in drawers because your kids won't be able to reach them. Number 2. Tool organizer to the rescue. Did you know that a craft or tool organizer can do more than just organize ribbons, threads, needles, and stuff? It turns out that you can use it to store baking items you don't use daily. Besides, it has compartments that prevent things from being mixed up. Before we close out our countdown, we'd like to inform you that we have a YouTube video playlist titled Simp Home Finance Series. It lists not only our video productions, but also there you'll be able to access all kinds of information you can use to understand and simplify your home's financial challenges. We'll see you there, and until we meet again later, sometime in the future, let's close out our countdown with, lastly, number 1, use your countertop. Countertops are also a great place to store items when you don't have a pantry. You had better use them to display the items you use regularly. This way, you can grab them quickly without making a run to the cabinet, which may take a little time. Using clear containers, you can also make your countertop look more appealing. To make it happen, use clear jars or mason jars to store the items you use every day, such as sugar, salt, and oats. Then label each jar so you won't take the wrong item. Besides, adding labels will also make the jars more exciting. Placing some jars on the countertops can be an excellent solution for your pantryless kitchen. Do not overdo it because you don't want them to take over the counter space and hinder you from cooking comfortably. Other ideas, simpler ones. Number 1, make sure every dish is handy, not hidden away in the fridge or cupboard. When organizing your kitchen, it's important to think about what you're doing from start to finish. If you're working in a small space, you may have difficulty finding everything you need. To solve this problem, ensure all your food containers are easy to grab. For instance, if baking cookies, you may want to keep your cookie sheets, mixing bowls, measuring spoons, and other tools close by. On the other hand, if you're making something that requires a lot of prep work, like a casserole or pot roast, you may want to keep those items farther away. Number 2, buy an easy-to-clean counter space organizer. Keeping your countertops clutter-free is a good habit to develop regardless of whether you have a large or small kitchen. An organization system is a key to getting the most out of your space, especially if you're limited on counter space. For example, if you only have a couple of inches between your sink and your oven, you need to buy a cabinet or drawer organizer. An organizer keeps your appliances from taking up valuable counter space while giving you easy access to the items you need. However, if you don't have much counter space, look for organizer systems that attach to your walls or ceilings. These units often double as shelves, so they can help you store more than just your pots and pans. That's it for now, but before you leave, as a final reminder, you can press the subscribe button, continue with our finance playlist, visit Simp Home, or continue your research related to the particular topic using She's Find. Whatever choice you make, we appreciate every second you spend playing the video. Best of luck to you, your health, and your projects. Until we meet again later on a different day, thanks for watching.